Hello and welcome. If you're a dental practitioner here in the UK, this is for you. Maybe you're gearing up for an exam, or you just need a really clear, no-nonsense refresher on your continuing professional development duties. Well, you've come to the right place. We are going to break down absolutely everything you need to know about the Enhanced CPD scheme. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the core rules of the ECPD scheme. Then, we'll walk through building your all-important personal development plan. After that, we'll cover how to log your activities correctly and, crucially, how to choose the right courses. And we'll wrap up with the annual declaration and, what happens if you don't quite get it right.
Right. First things first. Let's get the absolute fundamentals down. The Enhanced CPD scheme, or ECPD, gives us a really clear framework for our professional learning. So let's dive into exactly what's required of you.
So one of the biggest changes with ECPD is how much simpler it is. You can forget about tracking non-verifiable hours. It is all about verifiable CPD now. And as you can see, the magic number you're aiming for over your 5-year cycle is 100 hours for dentists, 75 for hygienists and therapists, and 50 hours for dental nurses. That's your target. And here is a rule that's designed to stop any, last-minute cramming. You have to complete a minimum of 10 verifiable CPD hours within any 2-year period of your cycle. This is basically the GDC's way of making sure your learning is consistent and spread out, not just a mad dash at the end of year 5. So how do you actually manage all of this? Well, it all starts with your personal development plan, or PDP. And you should really try to think of this less as just boring paperwork, and more as your own personal blueprint for your professional growth.
So what is a PDP, really? Well, it's pretty much the strategic roadmap for your career development. It's the place where you sit down and identify the skills you want to work on, connect them to your specific job, and then plan out exactly how and when you're going to achieve those learning goals.
Now, creating your PDP follows these key steps, but honestly, the most important one is that last one. Review it regularly. Your PDP should never be a document you just write once and then shove in a drawer. It's a living, breathing guide that should change and evolve right along with your career.
Right, so you've done the learning. Fantastic. Now you've got to prove it. Logging your CPD activity the right way is absolutely essential. So let's take a look at the evidence you need to be keeping.
Okay, your proof is usually a certificate, right? But for it to be valid in the GDC's eyes, it must have all these details. The title and aims, which GDC outcomes it covers, the hours, your details, and some kind of confirmation of quality. Pro tip, if a certificate is missing one of these, try to keep the course brochure with it to fill in any gaps.
Now this is a really big one with ECPD, the focus on reflection. See, it's not enough anymore just to say you attended a course. You need to actually record what you learned, and this is the most important part, how it's going to actually tangibly change or improve the way you practice dentistry day to day. So, with all this planning and logging, how on earth do you make sure you're choosing the right CPD? It's actually pretty simple. Your activities have to be relevant to what you do, and they have to link directly to the GDC's development outcomes. And here they are, the 4 GDC development outcomes. Think of them like this. A is for effective communication. B is for business and management. C is your core clinical knowledge and skills. And D is all about professionalism and ethics. Every single CPD activity you do has to link to at least one of these, and the goal is to cover all 4 of them during your 5-year cycle. Now, even though the old rigid core subjects are gone, the GDC still highly recommends you cover these key areas and pay special attention to those first 3, medical emergencies, decontamination, and radiography. They have minimum hour requirements for a reason. These are topics that are relevant to pretty much everyone in the dental team, so they should almost definitely be in your PDP.
And finally, we've made it to the end of the year. Let's talk about making your annual declaration, and maybe more importantly, what happens if you don't meet these requirements.
Every single year, you have to log on and make this formal declaration to the GDC. You state how many hours you've done, and you confirm that you've got your PDP, your log, all your evidence. You also confirm that it's relevant and that everything you're saying is true. It's a serious statement of your compliance. So let's just be really direct about the consequences here. This isn't optional stuff. Failing to comply, whether that's just forgetting to make a declaration or not having your records in order if you get audited, it puts your GDC registration at risk. Seriously, it can lead to fitness to practice proceedings. The stakes are genuinely that high. And that kind of brings us to our final thought. As you've seen, the whole point of the ECPD scheme is for it to be more than just a box-ticking exercise. So the real question you should be asking yourself isn't just, am I compliant? But, is my CPD actually genuinely making me a better practitioner? Because at the end of the day, that is the true goal of lifelong learning.